Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our course. And I would like to say hello actually from a snowy Vancouver. We have had our first snow yesterday and our city practically came to a stall as Vancouver is not equipped for the snow compared to the rest of Canada. But we're back here and I would like to use a couple of minutes of your time to illustrate in practice how modern technologies such as Google Forms can be used to collect formative feedback from your students and to improve your courses on time and not to wait till the very end of the term, as it's often done at universities and I guess in schools as well. So let's look at our survey. And first here you can see that I'm looking at questions. So I designed the questions. You could see how many versions of questions you can design. You can design questions where you can check all that applies. You can design questions that are requiring a short answer or maybe a paragraph. You can also design questions where you can choose different aspects, like I chose familiarity with the course, and other aspects of the course I thought were important. And then the students, the respondents can rate from very meaningful to very insignificant. And of course, you can add free writing, you can put a video, which is one of my favorite ones. You can put pictures, whatever you wish to create this survey. Now I would like to go to responses. And by the way, this survey was obviously anonymous. And when I click on responses, you can see that 10 of you, thank you very much for 10 of you, which is half of the course, who responded. And I'm going to use either summary or individual responses. So please take a look. The summary aggregates all the responses, which makes it clear helps you to get a big picture, while the individual gives you all the detail that you might want to see how different people responded. But you once again do not know who those people are. You can see next response here. So you can see what individual responses were. Also, please notice you can get accepting responses here, or I can do it not accepting responses if I wanted to close the survey. And I can export it into sheets, which is Excel file, like a Google Sheet, that you can aggregate all the responses there. What I would like to do now is to look at the back at the summary and show to you how beautifully your answers can be aggregated. Now, my goal is not to show you all the details because I will create a PDF file out of it and will email it to you. I just want to do a quick overview. So you can have a diagram like this, where it visually shows to you the response from the whole group. As you can see, you can look at the questions, individual questions like this. What should I continue doing? What should I stop doing? By the way, I used formative assessment technique, which is called start, stop, continue. And a lot of you, by the way, ask me to use other forms of discussion board, not on Canvas. I honestly do not know what specifically you mean. If you have better ideas about discussion boards, how we can make it more engaging and less cumbersome, please let me know. We switched to Canvas. It's my second time teaching using Canvas, and I would love to know more. Some constructive feedback would be very much appreciated. So a lot of you like the engagement, a lot of you like the feedback you receive and the feedback on the posts and also on the paper. You recommend me to post the summaries on Monday night. You can see here, I'm a little bit confused because I do post them on Monday night, except for one time where I didn't by mistake. Now I'm doing it on Monday night. You also, some people say use video responses. I will. I have to have a new haircut before I'm going to do that. But on a serious note, I will do that, and I'm illustrating Snagit now to show you different ways to do formative assessment, what you want me to stop doing. You want me, for example, to put the draft 1 week later. I will do it in the future. Obviously, I cannot turn the time back. You can see the diagrams about your intellectual engagement, about the time you spend on the course, and which is most of you spend about 6 hours, which is exactly the right amount for a grad course. It is twice the amount of credits the course is for. I asked you in what respect the course exceeded your expectations and what respects it hasn't yet met your expectations. Notice formative assessment allows me to form the course, to shape it so it does meet your expectations toward the end. That's why it's so valuable to make it in the middle of the course and not at the end. And I want to finish with beautiful diagrams. How would you rate the course? And you can see that when you have questions where you have a rank from very meaningful to not meaningful, or from very low to very high, you can see visually what are the most common responses. For example, blue and red are meaningful outcome and very meaningful. As you can see, insignificant outcomes is green and very insignificant is purple, which I do not see it here. And would you recommend the course to others? 80% would, 20 are not sure. And feel free to add anything. And I notice I have a typo here. Do you see I put fee? I made a mistake, so notice what I'm doing. You have to feel free. I went back to questions here. I clicked here and I add letter L, and I can also make the question, for example, required or not, but it's up to me. Notice it's a paragraph question. I actually don't want it required because you have to feel free to add, so I cannot make it required. And now you can see that the last question, I hope, is going to be, now feel free to, now do you see letter L is right here? So I fixed it. In other words, it's a great opportunity to provide formative assessment, and it didn't take me a lot of time, but it allows me to change how the course runs. I hope you're enjoying the snow. Please do not get sick, stay warm, and I'll see you online. Thank you so much for all your engagement in the course. It makes a huge difference for me and hopefully for you. Have a great day.